I took off my coat, Gerald, because it's amazingly hot in here right now. So I'm sorry, you would have to watch this episode with me in a t-shirt. Hi, this is vlog number 4. This is one vlog episode late than what Gerald is producing. The reason for that is because last week I created the video. Check it out.
I miss you tonight. Nothing's gonna be alright. You're not here with me. You're not here with me.
This video is supposed to be a gift for Jen for Valentine's Day, and I'm sorry I prioritized it over you, Gerald, but I'm here right now and I'm catching up. For this video, I want to talk about the principles that I've learned from Joshua Waitzkin. Joshua Waitzkin is an international chess champion who has won many tournaments. He's considered to be one of the greatest people in chess. He was the guy on whom the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer was based on, and when that movie came out, Joshua Waitzkin decided, I want to quit chess forever. His reason being, it's messing with my game, because unlike when the movie was not yet released, now he has to win every single time in order to uphold this title of being one of the best in the world. It took out the fun in chess, and so what he did after chess was he enrolled in the gym of Marcelo Garcia, who is one of the top-notch jiu-jitsu masters in the world. He trained under Marcelo and got into the jiu-jitsu realm, garnering medals in the field as well. So he's kind of like an interesting guy, and I've been watching his podcasts, listening to his interviews, and I kind of got a few principles that I hope would help us both in this life that we're living. Not really to make us world class, but just so we have a set of principles that could maybe guide us when dealing with a few situations in life. So I'll go ahead and dive right in. The first principle is called empty space. Joshua Waitzkin encourages us to every day have a portion of the day for ourselves and ourselves alone. That means no family members, no friends, no social media notifications, and no email. The reason for that is the empty space facilitates the creative process, and that means if we have this slack time of at least 2 hours per day for ourselves only, we can work on things that we really want to work on. Because every day in our lives, we're working on projects that other people want us to work on. So maybe carve out time, according to Joshua, 2 hours per day to work on some shit that we really want to work on. Learning the macro from the micro. Joshua Waitzkin believes that in order to grasp the big concepts, you must first grasp the smaller concepts. When he would be teaching students chess, what he would do is to clear the board of all the pieces and put 3 pieces back in. His king, your king, and then a pawn. Your task is to be able to checkmate his king using your 2 pieces. The reason why this works is you are focusing on the endgame, being in a situation where you're close to checkmating the opponent king. This is great because while other teachers would teach you all the flashy openings, you're focusing on the endgame, which means that as the game goes on, you become stronger, because as the game goes on, it will progress towards an endgame. And if you master the end game, then you get stronger as the game goes by. And that's really cool. Find the end game of the thing that you're trying to learn or the thing that you're trying to grasp. Focus on that so that when the game begins, while the game progresses, you're becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Number 3, if you're studying my game, you're entering my game. Joshua Waitzkin got this principle from Marcelo Garcia. Marcelo Garcia would often upload his training sessions on YouTube weeks and months before an actual fight. So his opponents can really see what he's practicing for the fight. And when Marcelo was asked, why do you do this? Isn't this counterintuitive? Marcelo replied, if you're studying my game, you are entering my game. And I'm going to be better at my game than you will ever be. Because it's my game. Especially now that competitions in industry is a little bit more intense, you might think that it's better to really keep your cards close and make sure no one sees it. But according to Marcelo Garcia, it doesn't matter if your opponent actually see your cards. Your opponent does not use your advantages the same way that you would use your advantages. So really like showing them the cards is okay. Principle number 4, to turn it on, learn how to turn it off. Joshua Waitzkin observed Marcelo Garcia when he is about to fight in a jiu-jitsu match. Minutes before the fight, Marcelo Garcia could be seen sleeping at the bleachers. But this is a testament to the self-control that Marcelo Garcia has. When he gets into the ring, he can turn it on. And this is very important because especially now, people think that they need to be always on. But sometimes there are people who are always on but they're not delivering, and the reason for that is they can't get a break. They don't have a break. There's no way for the body to recover. There's no way for their mind to rest. And so they're always on but they're not delivering. In order to be on, like really, really totally on, you must learn how to turn it off. You might think that these people reach those heights because they're always working, always working, but that's not the case. The people at the top know how to rest when rest is needed. Principle number 5 is the little things are the big things. And the thing that this principle makes me think about is the Japanese principle of Kaizen. It says that you should not focus on doing the big things. You should focus on doing small things consistently, and that becomes big over time. The problem with skipping the small things is that you might not be ready to handle the big things yet. And so when the big things come, you crumble because you don't have an experience of handling the small ones that could have trained you for handling the bigger ones. This is also the reason why some internship programs would order you to make coffee. And the philosophy behind that is you cannot handle this little task with utmost attention to detail. There's no way you will be able to handle a bigger task than that. As the saying goes, how you are with anything is how you are with everything. Principle number 6 is go around. Going around means that if you try it this way once and it doesn't work, the advice is to try it in a different way. Do not try it again the same way. Go around and see if there are different results for it. There's a lot of time being wasted in trying to do a thing and doing it the same way you did it when it failed. You have to go around, find another way. Principle 7, embrace your funk. I do believe that humankind is more common than it is different. However, we still are a little bit different from everybody else. A little bit different. And the advice of Joshua Waitzkin is for us to cultivate that difference and build upon that difference so that we can put something on the table that has a hint of uniqueness. You have to dig deep inside yourself to know what it is you can offer the world that is a little bit more unique than what everyone else could offer. Principle number 8, who do you pick when your ego seems threatened? Joshua Waitzkin trained with Marcelo Garcia in his jiu-jitsu gym, and so they're exposed to these athletes from around the world. In their training, they make their athletes spar with 5 people. They notice that the steepest learning curve happened to those athletes who in their 5th round would pick the guy who can beat them up, not the guy who they think would be an easy opponent. Should you always do this? Not really. But there is value in knowing that you are learning more when you are able to tackle more difficult stuff. If you're practicing the lessons that you already know, you will not end up learning. Number 9, and this is the last principle, the importance of language on a rainy day. Joshua observed that parents would talk ill about rainy weather to their children, saying things like, "We can't go out today, sweetie, because it's raining. Let's play some other time when it's sunny." And what that teaches kids is they could only be ready when the external conditions say that they can be ready. They cannot be ready right now. And that's a dangerous thing because in reality, your readiness, external conditions should not dictate your readiness. If you're ready now, then you do it now. Teaching your children to not take action during when conditions are dire is a sure recipe for them to lose their internal locus of control. We want to be able to teach kids that they could be ready when they are ready. And of course, we have to teach them how to really know if they're ready, but that's for another video. For now, we want to ensure that kids develop this internal locus of control and say to themselves, I'm ready right now, I'm not ready right now, and that should not be dependent on any external circumstances. Well, that's about everything that I have for this week, Gerald. I hope that these things we could learn something from, and I hope we could apply it for the coming week ahead. I'm going to be editing this video, and I'm going to be uploading it, and I'm going to be watching your videos too, Gerald. I'm really looking forward to what you have uploaded, and I'll see you next week.